our favorite things that we've seen out on Sovereign's Rise, and look at it. This is one of my favorite things. That is tasty as tasty can be.
I can't believe that's on mobile. Like, that's just unbelievable. It's just beautiful.
Well, it's happening. You can't deny reality.
No, we can't indeed. FlashX is on Jewel here. Shinkaigen on Lance. Vonsi's going to be on Rona. Best Chuck will be on Gwen, looking to play a CP Gwen. And again, Buckshot, more impact now. There are 5 members you could potentially catch in that spread. Let's see where these guys decide to play.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Both these teams decided to do a little bit of a split on their buffs, taking both buffs down at the same time. So it's actually kind of mirrored. You see Grace down the bot lane, Lucky Bread, and you got Uni on top.
Look at the early vision control for TSM as well, or North America, I suppose. Look at the early vision control for North America.
That's right.
They've looked to get all of those scout cameras down to prevent any potential early jungle steals. Zekan, which buffs are kind of suspect to early invades?
I think the crystal buff especially, it's so close to the river. Just peeking your head in, taking a look. Is it still there? If it is, go ahead and take it.
So Weapon Gwen, obviously pretty good at bursting people down, but it adds so much to have this CP Gwen here. You can hit Buckshot onto all of these heroes, just do huge chunk potential. Shinkaigen will miss on that first impale, but a Githine wall will land. I can't even imagine to have these huge Githine walls come out now. Flash, defensive rocket lead there.
You get away from my Shinkaigen.
Just for the lulz.
Lucky Bread now heading down. Looks like they're running almost a double support strategy. So double roam coming out for the North American team. You're going to have Lucky Bread on this Grace and Shinkaigen on the Lance. He might actually be running for something.
Not a very supportive build there.
He looks like he's running for a more aggressive Lance build. Maybe building towards Spell Sword as we get some action opening up early on.
Yeah, Vonsi lighting up over here, starting with that foe splitter, getting in, getting back. Lucky Bread's going to use those boots to go ahead and reposition. And he's got that Protector contract out here. That's also pretty good value as well, right? Like any ally you have, you can throw it on more heroes now.
Yeah, I really enjoy how these two teams already have a little bit of a meta going on. They both went with a very similar jungle rotation at the start. And, I mean, there's a little bit to be said. They were screening against each other, and they have an idea what they're going to do.
Chingy using that afterburn. He's going to go ahead and knock Flash back. It's really cool to see Flash playing this offensive Jewel here. And it seems like also it's going to be able to do great. Another area of effectability when the Thunder Strike's coming through, and especially on this weapon Jewel, he will be critting people down.
Imagine how hard it's going to be for him to get to that backline, though. You've got to get through Core Collapse. You've got to get through a Relentless Pursuit. You've got to get through the Silence, the Ordained, the Fearsome Shade. Like,
all that CC.
All that CC.
Or you just jump through and you say, Lucky Bread, just hit me with that double Divine Intervention.
Maybe so. Chuck here and Lucky Bread now sharing experience and pushing this mid lane in. Shinkaigen tried to roam down bot. I really like the way that Lucky Bread pulled that minion wave to the side to allow a bit of space to open up as they push forward to try and deal with Lucky Bread. That was an opportunity for Shinkaigen to look for a gank, but the scout camera went down and he was zoned out and they saw.
Yeah, but take a look at these two team compositions. TSM, or North America's team composition, is really built towards diving in on that backline. And on Southeast Asia, they're trying to protect Spaghetti, they're trying to protect Uni, and will he be able to do it?
Yeah, they've got a heavy amount of protect there, and again, Uni on this Vox, he can stay in a side lane and push if he wants to, but he can again join the team. 2 different carries that you're going to have to pay respect to. Very similar composition to previous, it just Spaghetti is on Celeste, and this time SNK is not on the Churnwalker, he's on the Catherine instead.
I'm watching Chingy here, and occasionally he's making the rotation on the opposite direction of the river. It feels like it could be a little bit of a problem for him. He's actually on this buff camp here. Now this is going to be a big deal. Whoever's going to secure this grabs it. I think it goes over to...
Celeste.
Actually, yeah, it did go over to Celeste. This is a great buff for Spaghetti here.
Yeah, again, boosts that CP power of a CP hero. That's a really good invade. And the SEA team, especially Chingy, isn't afraid to move in to the enemy jungle, to look to take camps away. He did it on the healing camp. He's done it on the crystal camp now.
Yeah, it's actually incredibly important. You might look at Southeast Asia's side, and they actually don't have many of their jungle camps taken down. North America, all their camps are gone, but a lot of those went to Southeast Asia.
Speaking of the jungle camps, Zekan, what are the respawn timers on the jungle camps, just so people know how to plan out their jungle paths?
So the normal jungle camps respawn every 100 seconds. However, the buff camps respawn every 160. But that may change.
It may be changed. Again, we've talked about it. There is still 2 months to go until we actually fully release 5v5. Lots of things will change. Models might change. For instance, there's talk about, obviously we know Battletoad is going to be the gold Treant that is now there. You might see changes to the Treants with the buffs. Lots of things can change at this point in time.
Just don't touch my Ozo.
Don't touch your Ozo.
I won't touch your Ozo, I promise. Might buff him, why not?
All right, my man.
All right, but one of the interesting things right here is both of these teams are playing very slow and very measured. in their scrims, I was watching a couple of them, and they actually rotated out of mid lane quite often, trying to get those ganks on those side lanes.
Yeah, it's interesting that really we're seeing what is essentially a 2-on-2 in all lanes, but you have a member. Usually it's the sort of the perceived jungler rotating out of lane, taking jungle camps when they can. It looks like they're actually splitting pressure across.
Oh, they found Teza here. Shinkaigen's going to be looking for that impale. It's off the mark. Vonsi putting out a lot of damage, though. The Ordain comes out. Those bad mojos. Teza just stands his ground. It's a pretty nice sustain for him. He hangs out in the lane. SNK just ready to peel. Look at that championship Catherine skin, too. That's pretty hot.
Well, you know, you watch the stream, you get it for free, my friends.
Seems good.
Seems good, man.
All right, looks like North America trying to defend their bot lane against Southeast Asia's aggression, but this does mean Uni on the top lane is completely open.
Yeah, I think North America looks to make a play, but Chingy has been all over the map. He has been a roaming god on this glaive. Left, right, and center looking to impact somewhere.
Another impale. Vonsi jumps on in. He's going to start the spin. Teza looks like he's in trouble. Are we going to get our first blood? There you go. North America starting off hot.
Wow, 3-man rotate set up by Shinkaigen, capitalized on by Lucky Bread. That chain CC coming out, and no fountain there for SNK right now. Wasn't able to save him beyond that healing flask.
Has Vonsi overstepped himself, a big Githian wall. SNK has to drop down. Chingy's okay. They don't want to get rooted out, so they kind of back up, reposition, but Vonsi moves in. No fear, just fight. Blows up in his face. Chingy finds the knockback onto Shinkaigen. You see the protector contract coming out of SNK, allowing Chingy to hang out on the front side there. They are potentially being cut off, but I'm not sure Spaghetti wants to fight just yet. They also have the scout camp, so they know exactly where they are. Shinkaigen, he's been knocked back. Is anyone going to flank? SNK doesn't. Solar Storm flies on through. Another Githian wall into the impale. Shinkaigen, he's dropping incredibly low, but so is Chingy. Lucky Bread potentially getting in for the kill. Nah. Holds his ground. That's the fountain out of Lucky Bread, though, and a large cooldown.
And SNK bought a fountain in the jungle shop through the middle of that engage to keep Chingy alive in that scenario. Look at this, though, SEA, what they do best, just trying to push onto this turret. They know that objectives are more important than chasing for kills. And this is what they were so good at versus East Asia. East Asia might have had the kill advantage. They might have sought those skirmishes, but they went for those objectives. As Tezzaboy does spy out Lucky Bread heading down towards him. There was a scout camera in the river near Ghostwing, and obviously they managed to see him come down.
Absolutely, and one of the great things right here is North America, you see, they have 3 members on the bottom side of the map. Southeast Asia, they have 2 on the top. And it's really up to these teams to rotate properly, figure out where their opponents are going to be, and defend against all these pushes.
Zeke, and I want to talk about this as Flash clears out this wave near the turret. You've really made it consistent, jumping across walls. Everything's symmetrical. There's no differences in walls across the 5v5 map than there was in 3v3. Everything is designed to be sort of consistent about what you can jump across, right? Absolutely.
One of our big goals was to make sure that there are very clear abilities that will make it over the wall. The ones that look like they will absolutely make it over. The ones that don't will definitely not. It's very straightforward.
A lot of damage coming out here down in the bottom lane. Vonsi hanging in there, Benediction and Lucky Bread to jump forward. They want to get one of these targets, but SNK disrupting the engage continuously. Once again, Chingy, this is the guy that you keep talking about, making the rotations from lane to lane. He's looking for best Chuck, but this Squid's pretty hard to take down. He goes in, they'll get a little bit of this chip damage onto the turret, and slowly but surely, they're doing pretty good work here.
Chingy really likes that gank location for Glaive, sitting just near the North American turret in the mid lane, looking for an opportunity. Actually, Vonsi's going to have to be careful here. He is level 8. He's got a level advantage over his opponents. Shinkaigen's coming down.
Shinkaigen will be looking for the setup. Lucky Bread dropping low, but has the fountain. Shinkaigen knocked back. Vonsi has the damage. Big impale to come out. Look for Shinkaigen to get a big Githian wall out here. Solar Storm comes on through on the 2. Shinkaigen sets it up for Vonsi to knock it down. Lucky Bread dropping low. That is not the key target for SEA to take down. Shinkaigen, time for rolling. Finds the stun, knocks SNK back. Suddenly, 4 of North America find themselves in the bottom lane.
I don't think the bottom lane is done quite yet. They want to take down this turret. They have 3 members rotated down. She can't really engage. She is way too low.
Another big impale coming out. This weapon lance doing work. Also with the spell sword as well. A lot of cooldown. And I like this build. Shinkaigen known for these very fun builds. And NA standing their ground, getting damage down onto the turret. They haven't drawn the aggro, so they're doing just fine. SEA stands their ground. Tezzaboy finally making his way back out into the lane. He's got the Ordain down to Lucky. Holds his ground. Shinkaigen sets it up. They find another kill. North America's up 3-1, 10 minutes in.
And that is our Super Evil Medcorp World Champion right there for you.
Oh my God, I mean, If you're good at Vainglory, I guess so. Shinkaigen will go down, cursed by Zekent himself.
I guess I jinxed him just a little bit there.
You're pretty powerful yourself.
Something I want to talk about that's interesting with the defensive itemization here in 5v5. In 3v3, it can be quite straightforward as SNK face checks here.
Nice stun there. SNK, you're going to go down, right? He'll use the fountain. Yeah, there's a lot of damage coming out of Von C right now.
Absolutely, but speaking to Excounsel's point earlier, being able to choose what you want to itemize against is incredibly important. If you know that you're on the back line and there's something that has range and is crystal power, build that shielding.
Right.
If you're in the front lines and getting smacked by a Ringo, get that armor.
Exactly, but because the diversity of team compositions offers much more in terms of variety of damage, suddenly it's a little bit harder to know when and where to itemize in defense. Everything gets built up in sort of more complex scenarios. North America, they're going for a quick objective take.
You can see there's no vision for SEA. This is going to be a Blacklaw take here, and Chingy maybe starting to sniff it out. No, his eye is on mid.
He has no idea.
They have no idea. Caught by complete surprise. NA gonna snag that objective.
Hey, we knew Jewel in 3v3 was good at taking objectives. Jewel is pretty good in 5v5 at taking objectives too, especially this weapon power.
Wow.
I love the blue skin when you unleash your on blue side. There you go.
This dragon is no joke. Uni, is he caught out here? Thunderstrike will miss a couple autos, a nice knockback. Uni, he can just stand his ground, maybe take down Shinkaigen. Shin lives through it, and they find another kill.
Von C potentially going down. He's spinning.
The Divine Intervention, he's got a lot of durability and regen, and plus SEA, they have to get onto this Blacklaw. Blacklaw doing good work. Suddenly, all of the chip damage from SEA doesn't feel so powerful. Lucky Bread moves forward, drops that Holy Nova. It looks like a little bit of a converge here coming in from NA. They've got the turret down, Lucky Bread in. And they're going to go ahead and respect this pretty well.
I really like the CP Gwen in this scenario because you're able to disengage really easily. Lucky Bread oversteps just a bit, but they have got what they wanted from this engage. They got that middle opening turret that opens up the map. You can venture more easily into the enemy side jungles to steal away camps, to set up traps, to get deep vision down, get those scout cameras right into the enemy jungle. And in the meantime, Flash X on a weapon power Jewel, and now I think of it, seems like a perfect split pusher, able to take yet another turret in the side lane. Imagine Flash is probably going to spend most of his time as Jewel, thunderstriking, taking down turrets after turrets.
Absolutely, that's such an incredible point because being able to split push very effectively when you know you're up against just one target, when Jewel doesn't need to have her back turn to anyone, she is so incredibly powerful. And there are so many heroes on Sovereign's Rise that are just much stronger or much more effective at their respective roles.
Exactly. You have opened the diversity of roles. Suddenly, you know, you had a Jewel on Halcyon Fold. Yeah, she was good at taking turrets, but now she's even better because it's a role that she fits perfectly into because that's a specific strategy that you can employ on 5v5.
I hear you say strategical diversity. All I hear is dive, and it's all I want to see out of North America right now. They have the composition to do it. They have advantage. We've seen split push, but also splitting of objectives and taking the resources across the map. Chingy over the wall. He'll go ahead and slap Best Chuck, let him know he's there and that he's ready to play some games. Shinkaigen has made his way over. And can you guys break this down? I'm seeing a lot of spell sword stacking here across the map.
Super spell sword stacking. It's a great item if you're heavy on weapon power, but also an ability-focused carry. Things like Glaive, they want to have that afterburn on off cooldown as quickly as possible. Things like Lance want to get that Impale and Githian wall rolling as much as possible, and they've got those weapon power scalings with them. So it's an interesting item to stack. It's very much burst damage orientated. You go in, you hit hard, you hit once, and get the damage done.
Absolutely, but look at TSM. Look at North America. Getting those scout cams down on the bottom side of the river. They're getting ready for this Ghost Wing. The moment it spawns, you can expect to let them to make a move.
Now there's a lot of movement potentials across the map. You can see that some heroes are taking a significant level advantage, specifically Uni and Spaghetti, who have just stuck themselves in the lane, not so concerned with rotating across the map. Von C doing mad work down here in a 2v1. Chingy finally shows up. Von C, he jumps back, stunned up, but Best Chuck's here. Shinkaigen as well. They block off the Aces High. Fearsome Shade will catch Shinkaigen. About to have a whoa! Talk about a global ability. Best Chuck, he wants to run back, but he's got big splash damage. 667 damage coming out of that bad mojo. Lucky Bread with Shinkaigen able to take one of SEA. Shinkaigen goes down. Lucky Bread got to get back, but he's outnumbered, surrounded by foes, and taken down. 4 dead heroes for North America, and suddenly SEA ready to take this dragon.
Yeah, and we thought that North America had the advantage right there. They got to bot lane with 4 members against the 3 of Southeast Asia, but the rotation is coming out from Southeast Asia, where it's absolutely fantastic.
The differences that we saw from North America versus
Flash?
EA. Wait a second, Flash could go for a steal here.
They had that scout come there. Flash doesn't know it. Big Red bent over the
Flash!
wall.
Flash! The first
That's
objective
what I'm
steal!
talking about.
The first objective steal of 5v5.
Pretty neat, huh?
And it's Flash X over the wall. Big red button, Ghost Claw.
Flashy X.
Go swing.
Go swing.
That was incredible. Flash X going in, dropping that scout cannon. This is the incredible part about the vision system. Even as a carry, you can get your own vision down.
And something that's understated is scout traps are placed directly where you walk. You have the freedom to place them over walls here. You have the freedom to move them around. It's a little bit more diverse in terms of placing those scout cameras.
Absolutely, and being able to drop them in key places. You see North America moving on towards this Black Claw.
So they've taken Ghost Wing. Now they're going to use this buff to their advantage to move in and take Black Claw as well. SEA knows what's happening, but can they contest this one? SNK trying to get in position. Will look for Chingy over the wall. Spaghetti throws in the solar storm. It tears on through. It's going to be secured by Shinkaigen, the super sub himself. Chingy has fallen. North America blowing this game open. SNK will go down as well. Suddenly, Black Claw descends upon the mid lane. North America have taken 3 kills and will now look to push potentially into the base of SEA.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing from North America. They're going to get a push here. And remember, Black Claw is stronger if you take it later into the game, so he has the ability to be more aggressive in the siege. And North America are going to look to fully exploit that right now. Flash X had done very little in terms of participation all game. He had spent that side lane pushing those minion waves, pushing the turrets, and then one heroic play has brought North America right back into this game and potentially even looking to finish it off in a short space of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking that Ghost Wing really allowed them to take Black Claw without taking too much damage. Southeast Asia, they came in full of fight. They were able to put a lot of pressure on North America, but it just wasn't enough.
Now Von C's playing games in the bottom lane here, so he's splitting up what the advantage out of SEA as full team. And it's a lot of damage. This turret will most likely go down, but I don't think North America stays around.
It's going to be close. I don't think they stay around for it. They do get that turret. They open up the armory. And actually, what you see here is a very classic 5v5 tactic being really perfected already in Vainglory. It's the 1-3-1, the double split push composition, looking to put pressure in every single lane at the same time. The beauty of Black Claw is he actually helps facilitate that. He becomes a mid lane pushing monster, and then you have those side lanes with Rona and Jewel just shoving those turrets down.
Absolutely. Being able to force your opponents to misstep, forcing them to draw apart their team, making them have to decide, do they want to send 1 here, 2 there, 3 where? They have no idea.
I've actually thought about this composition even more, Humanist, and it's beautiful. Rona is great 1v1. Jewel is great 1v1. Then you have a CP Gwen in the mid lane along with a Grace and a Lance. They have long-range disengage. They can consistently push the enemy back if they try to engage upon them, and that allows them to be very, very sort of, I guess, careful about how they approach their own mid lane siege while you have these 1v1 monsters in the side lanes performing this 1-3-1.
Absolutely, and with both Rona and Jewel being able to jump away from the fight, if they do get ganked, they'll be okay.
Super mobile.
Yeah. Chingy, he does have a ton of spell swords, though, so being able to chase them down, it could happen.
Okay, I mean, there's so much action happening on the map. I barely have a moment to actually realize how beautiful some of these things are. I mean, there's these statues like in the jungle here, the glowing orbs. It's just like eye candy for me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's almost impossible to believe this is on mobile. And the beauty of it, Zekan, is you've optimized it for everybody that can play 3v3 on their device, can play 5v5, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who has 3v3 on Vainglory on their phone right now or on their device, you know, go and play 5v5 when it comes out. And just to add to that a little bit, this is not even final. The art team has so much more to go. When you see this release, it'll be even more epic.
NA, good rotation to take down a singular split pusher of Uni, but SEA are biting back with the split push of their own. They're going to get 2 turrets here as Chingy picks up the bot lane tier 1, but NA are straight onto the back. Chuck looking to put pressure down.
Now you see the rotation from the backside there, and it feels like it's an easy gank, but Chingy, he knows the rotation through this jungle. After burn over the wall, you're not going to chase this guy down.
Shinkaigen's opened up with a Crucible here. It looks like it is going to eventually move into that double supportive style. And, you know, in some ways that feels necessary in 5v5 because of all the different types of CC that you have to negotiate. This could be a big fight, though. 2 members not here for SEA. NA go in.
Yeah, they jump in. A big stun onto SNK. He turns around. Blast Trimmer blocked off. You can tell North America ready for that one. And now suddenly 5 heroes for North America to the 3 of Southeast Asia. Will be 4 soon as Vox joins this fight. Lucky Bread dropping low, uses the fountain. They turn around, Changi is popped. Remember, Flash X, he's still on Ghost Wing over here. He's all business. Solar Storm's gonna come on through. I don't even know if they can actually still stay on. Yes, they can. Tessa Boy down. North America's roasting SEA. Oh no, it's a disaster. Spaghetti's the only member alive.
And that was an incredible play coming out from North America. They knew there was a gigantic minion wave pushing their bot lane. They had to force something. They actually lost a turret.
And they're going for Black Claw again now. It looks like it's Flash trying to solo out Black Claw by the rest of the members of North America, try and push these lanes back. They want to set up a slow push in the side lanes, then work with Black Claw once it gets released. This is huge from North America. SEA have got a very spaghetti-orientated composition. He is a hyper carry. Here goes Flash.
And that is the power of Joy there, being able to tank up all the damage as long as her heavy plating is facing forward.
Someone needs to nerf Flash at this point. I think like he's too OP.
And we talked about macro tactics. We talked about Flash X's understanding of the game. This is starting to show here. Von C also has great experience in these kinds of situations too. And a lot of shot calling probably going on for North America right now as they have a huge advantage to try and push this game in for a win. There's Black Claw marching down. Flash is in the side lane.
Flash is up top. I mean, you're going to deal with this huge dragon running. Why wouldn't you try to kill this dragon marching down your middle lane? And North America's here with 4, but Flash is up in top. Uni's going to try and dissuade that push, but this is going to be the Armory taking damage now. Vayne Crystal wants some of this. It's going to start throwing out attacks as well. Lucky Bread tanks those up on the front side. A big red button, not the big damage source for the Jewel, but he hangs out doing damage from long range here. Armory, just a matter of moments before it goes down. A Thunder Strike will clean that up. Blackcaw still alive at this point. What will be the call? NA, hang around. They're going to keep SEA busy right inside the mid lane here. Flash still going up the top, but he needs to get the minions forward. Huge damage. SNK is down. They've traded, though. Lucky Bread falls. Von C as well. Chuck has huge burst damage. It's the buckshot bonanza of buckshots, we could say, come raining on through as the full item build's coming together. The Vayne Crystal has taken significant damage. Spaghetti on that broomstick runs forward, maybe looking for somebody. The top turret has gone down as well. SEA hanging on by a thread.
And this is exactly how you use these game-ending objectives. You take the Ghost Wing, you make sure you have that buff, you make sure any fight that you take will go in your favor. And then you get the Black Claw pushing down mid lane and let you split up. Your opponents, they need to decide. Do they want to engage you? Do they want to take down Black Claw? If they take too long, they just lose.
You just don't see this in the 3v3 iteration of Vainglory. You don't see this tactical diversity. In 3v3, you are forced to teamfight to end the game because you have a singular lane to push through. In this, you don't need to teamfight. You can push on every single lane. And Bestchuck was doing a great job of stalling and slowing out the SEA members with that CP Gwen while disengaging himself, allowing Flash X space to go and push that top lane. SEA were torn between Blacklaw and dealing with Flash, pushing that top lane.
You talked about the strategy that Flash brings to the table, and I think that's a really good point. I mean, a lot of times you want heavily mechanically players with heavy mechanical ability on your team, but you might just have a mastermind who maybe doesn't stack up the way Von C does, but can make those shot calls in the moment. It's so big here.
Exactly. It's not all about mechanical skill now. Suddenly your game sense, your game knowledge, the way you approach the game becomes that much more important. There is a role for everybody. You might not be that monster that 1v1s everybody, but you could have the brain for 5v5. And that's showing here, you know, across all of these members.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is very, very important. You don't have to be a mechanical god. You just have to outplay and outthink your opponents. Be one step ahead, and that's all you need.
Objectives will be coming up fairly shortly.
24 minutes in, North America up into the top lane at this point. Now they've taken this base turret down. They want to get into that armory and take that down as well. It means that lane will automatically push forward just naturally.
Yeah, SEA caught off guard here, no vision, and they actually have to back off and get their Shinkaigen.
Two-handed impale. The Githing wall knocks them back. They don't have the stun. Chingy though, he's going to be back on the Best Chuck. Best Chuck, huge damage. If he can get back in, that's exactly what North America need. This armory taking big damage. It's down, well, maybe just 55% or so. But yeah, it's okay. He goes down, but his team, they want to take the armory. It's worth it if they can get it, and they've taken it down. They've lost two, but if the rest of their team can stay alive, this is still a big win for them. Lucky Red winds up for the Holy Nova. Maybe he regrets that one, but it's going to be okay for NA.
Wow, that's exactly what North America wanted. They just wanted to take down the armory. They've got two lanes pushing as Shinkaigen goes to deal with the bot side, but Ghostwing has spawned, and Blacklaw will shortly after. SEA look to exploit the man advantage they have and take the objective that might land them back into this game.
Yeah, this is where you have to question, did North America extend too far?
Yeah.
Did they push a little bit too far? They took down the armory, but Southeast Asia, with this Ghostwing, they might be also going for the Blacklaw.
Remember, Best Chuck has got a very high damaging ability like this. Look at the pressure he's putting on with just that buckshot. They have to be so careful, SEA, right now.
Ooh. Oh, Best Chuck, you got a lot of damage, but you are incredibly squishy. Shinkaigen, show me something here. Show me something, Shinkaigen. All right, he's not going to pull the trigger on that one. Can't blame him. Scary situation when you're dealing with 5 members of SEA.
And they're going straight for Blacklaw now as well. Lucky Bread yet to respawn. Blacklaw is going to be the focus of SEA, pulling exactly what North America did against them. This could be a game-ending push for SEA, remember. They can take this and run with it in the mid lane.
However, Southeast Asia, their Vayne Crystal is completely exposed. North America, they have a lot of options here. They can go for a potential backdoor.
Exactly, the backdoor is real. You have 2 lanes pushing in favor of North America as well right now. If North America can hold on here, they are in a good position to try and get their way back in.
And this is also, I mean, there's so many reasons why Vision's incredibly important, but especially in moments like this. SEA, yeah, they have a massive advantage, but if someone does sneak back in there, exactly like Lucky Bread, now, I'm curious if he's gonna, yeah, he's just gonna drop some vision and get out. Oh, Lucky Bread, that's not the one you wanted, bud. Well, he has his boots to try to get out. They might lose Lucky Bread here for nothing. He's going to be stunned up and taken down, but NA are on that Blacklaw.
You'd say it's nothing, but they are on that Blacklaw. And if they do manage to take it down, and you have to look, FlashX, he does have the teleport boots. They are ready.
FlashX has got teleport boots. A Jewel, so good at taking down objectives, so good at punishing huge amounts of damage. FlashX was looking for the opportunity, and Lucky Bread, I think, was trying to set up for it.
So what units can you teleport to on the map? I mean, do you have to have something for it? And maybe is that why the scout cam was getting put down?
Absolutely. Scout cams, minions, structures. You can teleport to most allied things. You can't teleport to Blacklaw, you can't teleport to heroes, but almost everything else.
All right. It makes a whole lot more sense now, maybe why that deep scout cam was going down. SEA still riding that Ghostwing buff at this point. That's pretty scary as they march on forward here.
Look how diverse builds have become here. Spaghetti's gone for a 5 CP item build, knowing that he's got plenty of protection to back him up. He might feel that he doesn't even need a reflex block for how hard it is to get through that front line that the SEA roster has.
Now keep your eyes up in this top lane. That lane is pushing forward and it will naturally do so. SEA cannot afford to just let that move on its own. They're going to go ahead and back up here. NA kind of flexing their power on this defense.
One of the drawbacks of teleport boots is that you don't have a sprint, you just have the teleport. So the drawback of it is that you don't get that immediate burst of speed for those tense situations, but you have the flexibility to make your presence known across the map.
Yeah, I can see North America is actually taking advantage of the fact that they have 2 armories down to really draw Southeast Asia back into their base. Yeah. Now they know where all of them are, is their chance to take control of this jungle.
Yeah, they took that crystal buff away, I believe, and handed it over to Best Chuck, who is now at a full build. We are at the late game stages of this game. Everybody riding on 5 items. No one really dragging behind. SNK is sitting on minion candy still, maybe looking to help defend against those sort of weakened waves of his own.
Yeah, even EU 3 vs 3, we never saw 90k net worth. That's pretty tasty.
There is 2 more players to generate gold there, Humanist.
Yeah. Of course, just maths.
Look at the map.
So good at.
Southeast Asia, they're completely blind. North America are completely taking control of the vision on this map right now.
Nothing to bait for it though right now, Zekan. If Blacklaw was up, maybe oh, Javon C, well, goodness me, going in. But, you know, if they have control of this and then Black Claw spawns, that's a really, really good position to bring SEA to face check and set up for a big fight for North America.
Absolutely. And this game is so incredibly even. All these heroes building towards their full item build. Best Chuck and A, Von C just taking a couple more camps away from Southeast Asia.
Infusions need refreshing here for North America. It is going to be Ghostwing spawning fairly soon. 20 seconds.
This is dangerous.
Well, they
have no idea.
They have no idea. This is a surprise brush. SNK, now he's about the tankiest hero from SEA. He's going to be rooted up. Stormguard comes out. They block off the Blast Tremor. That's about as good as he could, but he's got 2. That lands onto 3. The chase is on. Fearsome Shade, the Storm rips on through. Shade Kaigan sets up with the appeal, but Flash X is down. That's their huge damage source. NA, can they stay alive? The Divine Intervention comes out, but it's not on Devontae. Devontae's fallen. SEA have taken a massive advantage. They have not lost anybody, and suddenly Lucky Bread's left for dead. Shin Kaigan has fallen. SEA appear to be doing it at this point. And we also have Ghostwing and Blacklaw that have just spawned on the map.
Yeah, and you saw right there, North America, they thought they had the Death Rush. But the Catherine, she face checked first. She was completely fine. She tanked all of the damage coming out from North America.
And North America don't really have a safe team fight composition against what SEA are bringing to the table. SEA have got a ranged hyper carry Celeste. They've got Uni, who's now at 3 items full build. You've got a very heavy hitting Tezza on this Batiste as well. You know, you have a lot of melee threat coming out from North America and a very low damage output. CP Gwen, she likes to play the range. She likes to play poke style team fights. She's not good in these massive onslaught team fights that SEA function far better in.
Absolutely, but look at the vision control in Southeast Asia jungle from the side of North America. Will they go for those teleport boots?
Check out Flash. He's got teleport boots.
Shin Kaigan too.
He's heading towards the bot lane.
Double teleport.
Double teleport. This could be an attempted backdoor if SEA push very hard with Blacklaw here.
But the vision's just gone down.
Oh no. They've just lost all their vision.
I mean, they could also port one person up into the minion wave, right?
Yeah,
Get him into position, then port onto him, right?
Absolutely. They can teleport onto a scout cam.
Best Chuck's probably going to do his best with Buckshot here to try and ward the Southeast Asian composition away with this Blacklaw, but he's going to be waiting in the wings. He has got that big minion wave to work with in the top lane. Flash could look for... He could look for a teleport.
I mean, honestly,
he's gone for it.
He's going.
Is he going for it right now? The port up in the top, they both go. They're going to force ports back, and the rest of the team will look to do work onto the Blacklaw and also cancel any teleports. The chase is on. Best Chuck's there. He has the area of effect damage, but 2 of SEA have snuck back. Von C, no fear, just fight. Get in there, but he's feared back. Huge Fearsome Shade. The Divine Intervention, but Shin Kaigan's here. Flash X, they're closing onto the back. No retreat. Another peel for Chingy. Oh! Shin Kaigan! SNK, can he get the disables for his team? They're going to be able to block off the stun now. Kiting backwards, NA, they have the advantage. The fountain comes out. SNK's down. NA, they take 2. They lose nothing. Tezza Boy, all they can do is throw the Fearsome Shade. SEA's on the back foot. If North America do not lose any heroes, they will be closing this game out. They jump in. Uni split apart from this team.
No!
Oh!
And that was epic.
I mean, that was probably just too many impales getting hit.
Shin Kaigan went way too hard there.
Oh my word.
I couldn't handle it.
That was incredible play coming out from both of these teams. Oh.
It looks like they're still going. I think it was just our spectator side because Flash is still in the game. It looks like North America is still going in. We'll jump straight back in. We'll jump back in.
Shin's being a good sport. He's like, I don't know. Should I kill him? Should I end the game?
Leave him alone for a little bit.
Not exactly sure. Obviously, things were getting pretty intense right there. I mean, were mistakes made? Were these guys? Was North America just outplaying their opponent?
We're back.
The Blacklaw's pushing.
Blacklaw's
pushing. The Main Crystal.
Oh. But they have to get back. Now they can't get in there and actually finish with this push. Suddenly, we're at 33.5 minutes, and this game is still very much alive.
Okay, Blacklaw died.
Blacklaw's down. All right, and here we reset. North America, that's an incredible play coming out from them. They were able to teleport behind enemy lines, force people to recall, and then flank the remaining members.
Yeah, that was the key part. I mean, it drew Southeast Asia back. 2 members back to deal with the North American teleport, and then they saw the back happen, so they knew they hadn't stopped everybody from backing. They then flanked onto the Celeste, the key target from Southeast Asia. Shin Kaigan set up with some amazing impales, and they were able to take down the key hyper carry from Southeast Asia, but it wasn't enough to push on to the Southeast Asia Crystal, and we are still in the game. still going for another objective rotation with Ghostwing landing in 20 seconds. This is going to be an all-out brawl for this objective.
Very much so, but now we have these deep scout cams in for North America, and you have to be concerned now.
Flash.
They pull the trigger, they're on to Flash. This is a big jump in here. Flash X stunned in. He's taken down. The Divine Intervention cannot keep him alive. Lucky Bread watching in
Look at
horror.
Monty.
Best Chuck, though. He's moving in. They're going to
Monty,
keep
Shinkai.
SEA alive. This is the Rona and the Lance up in the top lane, though. Keep your eyes on that minimap. Best Chuck will go down. Lucky Bread just has to buy time.
Just has to buy time.
Won't be
Lucky
enough.
Bread.
Just has to buy
It's so much
time.
gonna be valuable.
They're going for
The
it.
impact.
They're going
on
for
with
it.
Foes
I can't
Cutter.
believe
They're
it.
getting on the Vein Crystal.
Will
Can
get
they
up.
stay alive? We'll see. He's going down. The Vein Crystal down on 20% health. Shinkai, he can't do it. It's not enough. He's taken down. Now SEA. Can they? What do they do? Do they push? Do they take Ghost?
We have time to end the game.
They've got an open Vein Crystal in the middle lane right
Those
there.
respawns are way too long.
I mean, Flash X is up in 20, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. SEA are going to run straight down the middle.
You can do it, Lucky Bread, for North America. Be the hero.
Be the hero, Lucky
Be
Bread.
the hero. Lucky Bread, no! SEA, do it for your home crowd. They're in. They're onto the Vein Crystal. They have the damage. Solar Storm comes on through. And why not? It just makes sense. SEA, make the plays, turn the game around, and take the game. That was a thing of beauty.
What a last-minute turnaround right there. Flash X caught out on the side lanes. Vision control was not so good. They hadn't had the opportunity to place the scout cameras down in their bottom side jungle, and a roaming gank squad that had set up for Ghostwing from Southeast Asia.
And look at these guys.
I know.
They're having a great time.
I mean, you could see, even in the loss, it was a fantastic loss. You can hear the crowd appreciate it as well. That was such a close game of 5v5. And for these guys from North America who haven't had as much time to prepare, they really put on a great show.